And welcome back. Thanks everybody for being so understanding. We're still working through all the stuff we've got to get done. It went from the 90s 2 days ago to now we're down in the 70s. So we're started the roller coaster ride of temperatures toward fall, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, okay, so today on the Boho style, we are going to I believe, be starting on the couch. So at least that's what I've got the stuff out for. So, and what I'm going to use, and I don't know if the color is going to show up really good on the camera or not. I know sometimes cameras distort color. Anyway, what I'm using is this beautiful purple velveteen. And it's kind of a plum color. It's not exactly an actual purple. But I just love it, and I think it's going to make a great couch. It is thick. It's a thick fabric. I don't know if you can tell by looking at the edge there, but no, that one's all frayed. But yeah, it is a thick fabric, so I've kind of got a plan around that with my couch. Let's zoom out just a bit. There we go. Then you can see my mess. Anyway, yeah, so it's thick, so I'm planning around that with the couch. And right now what I'm doing is I am just cutting out the seat pieces for the couch. And what I've done, I don't want a really big couch since I'm working on a room box. I mean, I don't want it really wide and it's, you know, not going to be like a sectional or anything like that. But I found these couches on Sweet Magnolia. It's here on YouTube. That's where I got inspired. And I love these couches, and if I can pull it off, it's going to be one awesome couch. If I can't, it's probably going to be just a plain black couch, but we'll make it work. So what I've done is I took the first piece that I wanted for my seat, and I cut it at 6 inches long and 2 1/4 inches wide. I left the 1/4 inch at the back because I know I'm going to have a lot of bulk from that fabric. And so I'm going to be gluing the back onto the seat portion. And I want the back to fit down behind the seat cushions. And so, yeah, I'm allowing for that bulk on there. Excuse me. Everybody around here has got this terrible cold, cough. It's awful. Something that's, I don't know, I'm putting it down to the weather and the fact we're in air conditioning and then we go out into 90-degree temperatures. So, yeah, it's not fun. So, this is kind of a make it up in my head as I go thing. I don't have a pattern. I have a plan. I know what I saw. I know what I like. And so that's where we're going to go. So, I've already got the first piece cut out, and I'm just going to take and attempt to cut a straight line, which I seem to have a lot of problem with. So, let's see how this goes. We can get them to halfway match up. Now, this part of the seat is 6 long by 2. Like I said, that's because I'm going to want the back to fit down into, or down, you know, onto the seat part. So, I think we're probably already off to a bad start. It's really hard to see these lines because it's pencil line on black. And I'm trying not to get my head in the way. But it may happen. Oh, so anyway, I'm kind of really excited. Not kind of excited. I'm super excited because I put in a leave request for 1 whole day. And I will be going to Omaha this weekend to see my daughter and son-in-law who live down there. And I am super excited. I usually, honestly, with work, get about 1 trip down there a year, and it's really sad because it's only 200 and some miles to Omaha. So maybe when I come back, I will bring some, I think I'll take my camera and maybe I'll bring some video from places we went or that. I know it's not miniature related, but, you know, I'm sure there's people out there who, I've always wondered what Omaha was like, and yeah. So anyway, it's going to sit like this, and I don't know if you can see, but there's this little place where the bottom one sticks out, and that is where my back is going to sit down onto. Now, I haven't exactly decided how high I want my back, but the one I'm taking my inspiration from does not have a real high back. It would never be like, you know, really high. So I'm thinking maybe let's try 1 inch. This is all just scrap, so let's try let's try an inch and let's go an inch and a half because it's going to be sitting down a 1/4 inch, and we'll just see how that's going to look. This is not the ideal ruler, but I can't find my metal one right now. I think I had it out at the farmhouse, and yeah, I don't know where it's at. And I keep meaning to buy a new one, and I just don't get there. Every time I go shopping, I forget. I'm scared this stupid one is going to move on me. You know what? I better measure my 6 inches because I am bad at cutting anyway, and this ruler is bad at being a ruler. So some cheap ones I picked up at Walmart one time because I needed a ruler for something, and now it's all I can find. So try to cut with that because I know it's straight, but oh my gosh, is it hard to see those marks? And maybe it's not straight. No, it's not. Well, okay, then that means something's wonky with my couch thing. All right, we'll get her all straightened out and evened up and all that good stuff when we get that far. Okay. I'm going to cut right there and see it's good. And as hard as I'm pushing on this ruler to keep it where I want it, see I lost the, there we go. I lost the mark. We are just going to go ahead and cut it. Okay, so now I got to find my, yeah, see, look at that. Look at that cut. That is just awesomely wonderful. It's way off. So now my back is actually, even with my bottom cut crooked. Like, what the heck? I was off my mark by a long ways. I should get a white pencil for this or something. I should. Now the thing is, can I cut this off without totally destroying the end of it? Probably not. No, because it's got those little lumps in it, which is going to make for miserable cutting trying to even something out. I love foam core, but I hate foam core at the same time. It's kind of like my glue gun. I love it, but I hate it. Okay, so now let's try this. That works. Now we got to try to cut it at the 1.5 inch mark. Yeah, it looks straighter. Okay. Once I get all the padding and tufting and velvet on here, I don't think we're going to notice this end is not a very good cut because of those little, I call them little pill-like things in the foam board. Okay, I found one. There's the other. Let's keep the ruler. Yep, there it goes, moving on me. Doesn't help when you have really tiny hands either. My hands are so small. It's kind of horrible. When I was younger, I was able to play the piano, but, you know, my hands just, yeah, I never reached anything. Look at that. That's a kid's hand. Just my rant on my hands, sorry. Yeah, it's cutting really good this way, but the other way, no. Alright, so let's fit this together. Today it's probably just going to be making the couch part, and then we will go on to, okay, I see what happened. This is a little bit longer than that one, so I am going to do something that's probably going to, you know, backfire on me, but I am going to attempt to just shave this off with one on top of the other. I swear to God, I could pay somebody to cut something for me and I wouldn't cut it straight. I am terrible. That's probably why I don't do more of this on camera, especially with you guys. I can't cut straight. And yes, I do have a small T-square, or square, not a T-square, square. But it's very small, so it only works for really, really, really small stuff. So, okay, now that is much better, and now I'm just going to stick the back on there and see if it's, and you know, guys, I almost think it's too high at 1.5. I'm going to turn it this way. I think that is almost too high at 1.5 because, like I said, the couch I'm going for is not, does not have that high of a back. They're kind of like, in a way, they're kind of like the Chesterfield couches where the back and arms and stuff are the same height. Do I want to cut it down a little bit? I think we'll go with what we have there and see how that goes. Okay, now I need to cut the arms. And I want the arms to go all the way back. And that was, did I say I left this out? It's at 2 1/4. Okay, so I'm gonna want 2 1/4 by, yeah, because I want that 1/4 inch on the back, on the arm also, because I want to make it so the arm, so it's like this, so the arm comes out even with the back, like that. Yeah. Okay, that's what I want. Now, I don't want to lose my pieces I've cut. And have you guys ever, and I have done this, you've had a piece that you cut off to use for a specific thing, and then you needed another piece, so you just grabbed a piece because, you know, and it happened to be the piece you cut off. Okay, well, I don't want to go there, so hopefully I'm not going to. Oh, this little piece is just so crooked, I'll never get it straightened out. Let me find another one. I've got a whole little plastic thing here full of scrap. Oh wait, here's one right here. That might just do the trick for both of them. I hate to waste. This is not my thing. Stuff costs, and everything is costing so much now. I'm lucky to have what I have, and I don't want to waste it. So I need this at, boy, 2 1/4. Did I measure wrong? Did I measure wrong? No, I did not. It just, I guess it just that it doesn't look, when I start to look at it, it's like, did I really go 2 1/4 there? I don't know, I guess it looked bigger on the ruler than it looked. Wait a minute, that's 3 1/4. We don't want to go there. Just quit talking and start crafting, huh? Okay, so 3 1/4. Oh, that's off. But that end looks straight. And now now I'm saying 3 1/4 when I mean 2 1/4. Ugh. Cheryl, get your mind on what you're doing. Holy cow. Okay, we know that's 2 1/4, and we're going to cut it before I do something else I shouldn't. Okay. Boy, it is so hard because I've got this light overhead. And it's a fluorescent in a light fixture, but it's bad. I need new lighting in here. Oh, you're crooked? Well, isn't that just pleasant? It wasn't the end I cut. It was the end opposite of the one I cut. Just a bit crooked. So let's see if we can just shave it off a little bit. And again, it's not going to look the best, but once I get the upholstery on, I think we'll be okay. Yeah, I took a little nick out of it. I don't know if you can see that, but it did. So I'm just going to lay this one on this one, and I'm just going to hack it. Now these couches that I'm taking my inspiration from have a seat that is really padded and really tufted. And so I am going to be trying to replicate that. And you know what? I'm going to see if this works. Just going to hack it off of there with that. It's a little uneven. It did, but I wouldn't recommend it for, anything that's, going to be really itchy, need really, really, really square. So our couch is getting there. But these seats are really tufted. I mean, they are thick tufting, and it's pulled way down. So that's what I'm going to be trying with that. Let's kind of set this little bugger up, and I want a straight back on it. These don't have, the slanted backs. Everything's moving everywhere on me. Okay. Oh, guess what? Guess what? I cut it wrong. Okay, these need to be bigger. All right, pay attention. I was like, oh yeah, it's about the right size. No, it is not about the right size because I did not measure. Oh my gosh. I feel like I've been away from crafting for like forever. And it's, okay, 1.5. And you are not. You're 1.5. Okay. All right, well, those will always come in handy for something else, and I've got plenty of scraps, so let's try it again. Yeah, those are all pieces I glued together. I must have been going to make something out of them. It didn't. Do I have a straight side on that? Now the whole thing looks good. I'm looking, okay, I'm cheating, guys. I'm looking for a straight side because I'm just not feeling anything right now as far as crafting goes, simply because I'm back to that piece. Okay. Actually, that edge looks pretty straight. It's just kind of messed up. I think it's because it had a lot of those little pull things in it. And so, yeah. All right, well, let's try this again. One more time with feeling, as they say, right? Please, guys, measure your stuff out. Don't do what I do. Okay, I wanted it 2 1/4 long. That would be a good idea. Okay, it is 2 1/4 long. Now, how high did I say I needed it? This is 1.5. Measuring and measuring, people, because it's me. All right, I'm 1.5 high. That looks better, and these are not thick arms. I mean, they're just, you know, like I wouldn't want 2 pieces of this together because they would be too thick. These couches are really cool looking. I don't know where they got them. Where, you know, I'm sure it's probably, what I think honestly they do is I think they just do it on the computer. I don't think their rooms are actual rooms set up because there's so many of them. They might be, I'm not sure. I haven't really explored the site. I was just looking for ideas. So, yeah, I don't know about that. Okay, well, let's try this then. No, we're higher than, are we higher than 1? No, we're good. Sorry. Oh, we're 1 3/4. All right, I think we better cut them down. Yeah, I haven't really explored the Sweet Magnolia, the whole thing about them, but like I said, I was just looking for inspiration, so I don't know if these are computer generated, you know, furniture, if the whole thing is, you know what I mean, like CGI thing, or if they're actually rooms that they have, you know, photographed and that. So that looks pretty even. So yeah, but these couches are not, I don't know, they're just really cool. And I'm sure, you know, if they are real couches in real life, they're probably, you know, from some furniture maker who probably charges more than I can or want to afford for a couch. But they're really cool. But yeah, as I was saying, the tufting is very thick on them, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that in miniature, but we will see. I'm going to give it a try because I think they are so cool. Look at that. I measured and I still can't even cut them the same length. That's great. Actually, to be fair, this one piece was the second piece was a little longer than the first. So we're just gonna go ahead and hack it off. Yeah, see, this is cheap. I think I got this foam board at Dollar General, and it's just not. And yes, my blade's sharp. So, yeah. Anyway, all right, let's kind of just fit this together and see where we're at. We are, better get it over there so the edges are even. That would help. Yeah, and that back is just a little, for some reason, a little bit higher, but it's not really going to make a big difference because, well, actually, I know why it's higher, because I actually need to cut this one down. I need to go like 1/4 inch on each side, because this is my cushion. This is what I'm going to be trying to do the tufting on, and so yeah, I just need to cut it down. 1/4 inch on each end would work. That way my arms will fit down into the end of the couch also. And I am sorry, guys. I am really sorry. This is just kind of me making it up as I go. I know that's not probably what a lot of you want to see. But it really, honestly, is kind of how I do my miniatures and a lot of my other stuff I've done. It just kind of, you know, I just kind of do it out of my head as I go. So I apologize for that. I've always been one of these. Our director of the agency I work at, she's always telling me, Cheryl, you are such a talented person. And she follows what because I do post stuff on Facebook, but it always goes on YouTube first. And not everything I do on YouTube goes on Facebook, and not in the form of a video. Sometimes I do, but not very often. So anyway, she follows what I do, and she's always like, oh, Cheryl, you're so talented. And it's like, oh my gosh, I'm not really. I'm just kind of haphazard. So as I tried to explain it to her the other day, she came to the house where I worked, and I was trying to explain it to her that I just kind of, if I'm in the mood to do it, it's going to be phenomenal. If I'm not in the mood to do it, it's going to be probably good, but not as great as if I was in the mood to do it. So trying to explain that to somebody who thinks that you're just amazing, because all they see is the end result. And now, you know what, guys? I got to cut that down the other way. But yeah, that's what we're looking at for couch. It's just, they're very, very rectangular. So how far do I have to cut that down now? 1/4 of an inch. Okay. So yeah, I need to cut it down about 1/4 of an inch. Okay, see, this is what I mean. Anyway, it's hard to make people understand sometimes that, I mean, I think they think that all people who create, and I mean, a lot of them are, you know, they can just do it. And I admire those people. Me, I have to be in the mood, which does not help with a lot of things. You know, it's like, I would get more accomplished if I didn't have to, you know, be in an absolute mood to do it, because, and yes, I know I have my blade sticking way out of my knife, but sometimes I misjudge my distance, and then I tend to cut off something I really didn't want to cut off. So yeah, but yeah, anyway, that's kind of how I craft and do things, and I just kind of make things up as I go. I see the picture very vividly in my mind, and that's what I go for. How many of you do that? And others of you like that? Do you need a pattern? Do you, I mean, because I love using patterns. I do. Makes life so much easier. But yeah, do you use pattern? Do you just kind of make it up as you go? How do you like to craft and make your things? I'm curious. So I'd really like to hear from you on that. Okay, so there it is. And there's, I haven't got that straight now. And that's going to fit just like that. I'm sorry I've got my hands in the way, but it's really hard to hold and do this. Okay, so there's that part of it all done. And I am going to put these over here to the side, away from everything else, and I'm going to put these scraps away so that I do not cut into anything I really want, because I will. Okay, so I'm going to put the little box down. Now, I should have a piece of scrap poster board somewhere, and that's what I'm going to be making. Oh my goodness, do I have a piece of scrap? I've been working with it, using it. I think this will do. I don't need, I might need more than that. Okay, well, I'll be back when I find that scrap of poster board. I'm back. I had to cut a piece. Didn't need very much. Obviously, I'm not making anything too big. It's very crooked. Yeah. I don't even know which end to start with. Okay, so what I'm going to be making now is I'm going to be making the part that I'm going to attempt to put the velvet on and tuft. So I am going to need that. I've got to measure for my top piece of my couch base, 5.5. Okay, so I'm going to need this 5.5. Excuse me if my head gets in the way. I did dye my hair. I got something accomplished personally. It needed it bad. So yeah, we need 5.5. Oh, this is so much easier to see on the white. Okay, and then, what did I say that little bugger was? Okay, this one is exactly 2 inches. So let's go 2 inches. Let's get you out of here. Okay, so we can go exactly 2 inches on that. Alright, so this is going to be the part that I'm going to be making my grid for doing the tufting on, and then that will of course just sit on top of there like that. Okay, and then I'm going to need one for each of the arms, so let's measure those out again. I'm only doing this because I'm so bad at it, which would be 2 by 1.5. Okay. And we're also going to need one for the back, which is 1.5 high by 6 long. So let's cut that one first, simply because it is a longer piece. Boy, nothing is looking straight now. Okay. I think it'll be okay. Okay, so there's 6 long. 5. Actually, I'm going to want this piece 1/4 inch shorter on each end too, so it's going to be 5.5 also. Let's get this right. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut all the way up, I think. Well, that's looking crooked. But then I got to remember I've got my paper, or my poster board at the slant too. Alright, let's get all that out of here. We don't want that. So now I need it 1.5 inches high. Which be right there. Right there. And these also will be tufted, but I'm going to do them a little differently when I'm doing the seat. And some of the couches they had where it wasn't the same. Okay, so I'm going to put that with that, and then I just need the 2 that are for the arms, which are 2 inches by 1.5. So let's get those cut, and then I'll have all that done. Okay, so is that 2? No, it's not 2. It's 1.5 by 1.5, or no, 2 by 1.5. Yeah, I was right. I think it's when I get the ruler down here and I look at 2 inches and I look at my piece I cut, it's like, oh my gosh, that looks way too big. But it's not, of course. Well, stop that and stay where you belong, because, yeah, I almost had my cut off there. Okay. And then we're going to go 2. We'll get the 1.5 out of there once we get the 2. Yeah, this piece is not cut very straight on that edge, but it's not going to matter because we need it at 1.5. So that's going to be okay. And the reason I'm doing that, wait a minute, you know what? Yeah, never mind. Overthinking, like usual. Okay, so I'm going to cut this off right now. And then I'm just going to cut those pieces in half. So this couch that I'm making, it did have just a regular tufting on the seat part. Only it was very, very deep. And then, like, one of them I saw the arm had just horizontal. Like if you took and made loops, kind of like, It was sewn horizontally so that they were rounded. I think this might be more than I am able to explain to you, but yeah, you'll see when I get into doing more of this. So I got to work tomorrow and Thursday, and then I'm off Friday, and I'm leaving for Omaha. I'm renting a car because both of my cars are having little issues right now, and I'm like, yeah, I just don't want to take them because the last thing I want to be is out on the interstate, going, help, I'm stuck. I don't have roadside, so yeah, it's not a good idea. It's nothing big with the cars, and I really want to trade the one off because it's not that I don't like it, but it's that it kind of has a little quirky crap going on, and I just don't want it. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that, but yeah. So I am renting a Honda Civic. There's a Honda dealer. He sells Honda, Subaru, Buick, I think. I don't know, he sells different cars, but they actually rent cars out, and I've rented from them before, so they're affordable, and you get a really nice vehicle. So yeah, I am excited about going to Omaha, and I'm excited to see my daughter and son-in-law. And they have 2 dogs, and the dogs are amazing. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. So anyway, I think I'm going to leave it here. I am not going to put on the grid marks for the tufting with you guys because I really need to think these out because they are so deep. And then I'll show you what I mean on the side ones, and that will be our project for next Monday. We're going to put this couch together. Thank you for joining me, and I hope all of you have a great rest of your week. I promise I am back now weekly. I think we've got enough done that I can handle it on my days off, and then Rob, of course, is helping me. So, yeah, I should be back weekly with everything. And tomorrow we'll be the farmhouse, and I will see you then. Have a great day. Bye-bye.